started conducting because I took part in a BBC show in 2008 called Maestro, and I had some limited experience of music making. I played the recorder, and then the piano, and then the flute, and then I was lucky enough to play for the Croydon Orchestras that were around and about. So I sort of understood how exciting and how fun orchestras were, but I had no idea what it would feel like to be at the head of one, be at the helm, as it were. And so during the course of that programme, I had the opportunity and the privilege of learning a little bit, just a little bit, I'm still a rank amateur, about how you galvanise this disparate bunch of people and how you encourage people to make music. And the great thing is, I've been able to carry that on in some small way and involve myself with various groups. So it's a pleasure for me to do it. Had I known it was that much fun, I probably wouldn't have done what I do now for a living. I'd have probably tried to study music. I did a music A-level and then just abandoned it all. But I think with hindsight, I might have tried to go along that track rather than watching people making cakes, which I do for a living. Sort of two halves of the same coin. It's all about communication. Communication with your section, communication with the conductor, communication with an audience. Comedy, in the same way, is about finding shared experience and handing it over. Did you hear the one about? That's one of the oldest jokes of all time. And that's when you say, did you hear the one about, you're immediately involving everybody. You're asking a question of them so that they come, you and they are together as a sort of cohesive whole. I don't break down the arts. I don't think that one is more valid than the other. They're all trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to say, this is my passion, can you share it? Can you understand it? What does it make you feel? What does it make you think? Is that the same inciting emotion that I had when I created it? That's all it is, it's a dialogue. So, yeah, exactly two halves of the same coin. Do you know what? I've done 15 minutes of waving my arms at a NOFA rehearsal, and I've really, really enjoyed it because we're all in it together. We're all having fun. You can see the improvement. You can chart the improvement in all of me as well. You know, over the course of that rehearsal period, and that's why it's fun for me to do it, because I'm not approaching it as somebody who knows everything and I'm going to teach them. I'm approaching it from a much more egalitarian point of view, which is here we all are. And we're all going to gather and garner some information during this fun kind of exchange that we're going to have. And so far, so good, yeah. I mean, I can hear we're all just crisper, we're all just louder, we're all having fun. That's all that I can ask, you know. It's all good. Orchestras give context to individual practice. So much as it's fun to play in your room, and some of the real graft can be done there in terms of understanding scales and chromatics and arpeggios and pieces, the real joy of music is sharing it. So playing alone is like living alone. It is a reduced experience, and you only get the full gamut of emotions and joy when you're with your peers and playing. And of course, there are very few pieces that are just written for one person and one instrument. I've not heard. So you need to get the full experience, and you also start to understand. I mean, truly great musicians don't just restrict themselves to their particular instrument. They understand, you know, if you're a violinist, a great musician will understand the rough working basics of brass section, strings. And only by being in an orchestra and you go, oh, that's how you do it. And maybe you're encouraged to pick up another instrument. If you're playing the flute in your room, you might never know that you're an excellent bassoonist. That you'd only ever be a mediocre flautist, but an excellent bassoonist. So it's that kind of cross-pollination that you get from being in an orchestra that makes it so invaluable.